everybody, thanks so much for joining me here today at Re-Written Vintage Homestead. Look outside. It's green, it's turning green, and some of our trees have some buds on them. I'm so excited. Spring is on the way, but I tell you, the last couple weeks, the weather has been crazy. We've had snow. We've had hail. Today it's 77 and sunny. When you're growing your own plants and you're trying to provide your own food and you have some homestead animals as well, the seasons bring their challenges. Every season brings a different challenge. This winter we struggled with frostbite for the girls and also keeping their water from freezing up. So I'm trying to zoom in so you can see him, but see my Cordell? He has not been feeling good for about 2 weeks. And we have finally narrowed it down to, bless his heart, when the temperatures dropped below 0 about 2 weeks ago, he got frostbite on his little comb and his gobbler. And they've turned black, and so eventually that will fall off, but it is painful. So we come out every night when he's up on his roost and we pick him up because he can't see at night. And we put ointment all over his sore spots, and that's really tamed him down quite a bit. But in the meantime, believe it or not, he is feeling better. He's throwing his head because it's driving him crazy. In the meantime, I have been loading him up with protein and stuff to warm him up. So I've got red pepper flakes and corn in there, and we are going to give him his treat. So we started off with this kind of waterer, and it has a top here. And this kind of waterer is great for the summer. And you want to keep it up on a brick or something to keep the dirt from getting in there. But this will not work in the wintertime because it freezes really bad. So we went to a heated waterer that we thought would really be great, and it does keep the water from freezing. The problem is, we think that is why look at this, it's so cute. Hi. Hi. We figured out that's what happened to Cordell, is he would have to bend down there to get a drink, and his little wattles on his chin got wet, and then they got frostbite. So we had to find something else. My pretty girls. Yeah, my pretty girls. Yes, you are my pretty girls. So then we did some research and we switched to this type of waterer. You just pour the water in the top here. It's heated, and so it won't freeze. It got 4.5 stars on the reviews that we looked at. Well, here's the problem. No, the water doesn't freeze. But these little cups that the girls rely on to water them freeze. So what they do is they pack the little yellow plastic piece here, and when they do that, the water comes out. Well, it freezes. So basically, this was a no-brainer, and we're back to the green bowl and trying to find more solutions. So if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. According to our local meteorologist, we would need 17 more inches of rain before May the 1st to get us out of drought conditions. This spring, we really need rain. So with all these changes in the weather, you don't know, you get excited. You're like, oh, I'm going to plant this today. I'm going to clean this out today. I'm going to do this. And then, you know, the cold weather hits again. It's like Dolly Parton said in Steel Magnolias, it's like you don't know whether to scratch your watch or wind your butt. So today I am going to wind my butt, and I'm going to do some more planting out here in the shed. Well, little Bridget's the first one that gets to use the greenhouse. I don't know what's the matter with her. I've hung her upside down in case she had something wrong with her crop, and she was fine. But all she wants to do is lay around today. She won't eat, she won't drink, and the Rhode Island Reds wouldn't leave her alone. So I brought her in here, and she's gonna pot plants with me and listen to a podcast and take it easy. So even though a lot of things are changing around the homestead with the seasons, there's one thing that never changes, and that's my banana bread recipe. And the way it makes you feel never changes. It always reminds you of home, of being cozy, that wonderful taste, grandma, and all kinds of wonderful memories come with banana bread. Normally, I don't share the recipes that I use on my food cart because if anyone local gets my recipes, then they won't want to come see me, right? So, but I am sharing this one. It's very popular because the health department here has now deemed that banana bread is not shelf stable. That means after 2 days, it has to be refrigerated. So unless I can guarantee that I'm keeping my banana bread at 41 degrees or less, I can't sell it. So I don't want to have to haul a refrigerator outside every time I want to sell banana bread because my stand is portable. I bring it in and out every time. So since I won't be making banana bread this season except for special orders, I'm going to show you how I do it. So let's come on down. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 1 1/4 cups of regular flour. And we are going to mix that with 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Then we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm always shaky on the spoons here. There we go. And I'm going to take those and I'm just going to whisk them around, get them incorporated nicely. All right, now I'm going to get another bowl here. Actually, this is my big mixing bowl. And I'm going to take 2 eggs that are at room temperature. And look at the size of these things. The girls are kicking them out now. They look great. So these are room temperature eggs. I'm going to take 2 of those. And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm excited. I still have a little bit of my Amish vanilla left. I need to go back and get some more. All right, same thing. We're just going to take our fork and whisk it together. So now I have 1 stick of butter that has been sitting out for a little bit, so it's room temperature. And I'm going to mix that with 1 cup of sugar. I'm going to get out my mixer and I'm going to cream these together. So I've creamed 1 cup of sugar with 1 stick of butter that was at room temperature. Now I'm going to add our egg mixture and vanilla. There we go. And I will mix this with the mixer as well, but right now I'm just stirring it together. And I'm going to add 3 ripe bananas to this. It was kind of hard finding ripe bananas at the store today. Everything was kind of green, but it'll still taste good. But it really is better if you could find really ripe bananas. Sometimes they sell them in bags at a reduced price just to get them out of there, but I didn't have that kind of luck today. Okay, so I'm going to just mash these up just a little bit. And I'm going to take my mixer and mix it all up. So I've preheated my oven to 350. You can see after we mix it all up, it looks like banana pudding. Now we're going to take our flour mixture and we're just going to use our spatula to mix it up. I've had bread sink in the middle too because I have beat them up too well. So I try to be really careful now not to do that. So we're just going to take it and mix it until it's incorporated. It's also at this point, if you want to add chocolate chips, you can add chocolate chips. If you want to add walnuts, you can add walnuts, or you can add both. This is a birthday present, and they requested no nuts and no chocolate chips. So they just wanted grandma's old banana breads. That's what they're going to get. So I'm going to finish mixing this up, and then we're going to pour it in our pan and add the final touches. So I put this in a treated 9 by 5 by 3 pan. I sprayed it with Pam. You can use butter or Crisco, whatever you like. And then for the topping, I mixed a tablespoon of sugar with a half teaspoon of cinnamon and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, just to give it a little kick. And that really brings out the taste of the bananas as well. Plus, it's pretty. Now, this is going to make a real thick loaf of bread, and it's going to be heavy. So you might want to put a pan underneath it like I do when you're baking. We're going to put that in at 350 for about an hour, and even then we're going to check it because it depends on your oven. It may take an hour and 5 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes because it is so thick. So here's our final product, and I ended up leaving that in the oven for an hour. And you can always check it the way I did. I stick a knife down there and pull it out. And if there's any kind of moisture on there, I'll turn my oven off and keep it in maybe 3 to 5 minutes longer. But it just turned out beautiful. And you can see what I mean. It's a hearty loaf of bread. So I hope you guys will give this a try. It's absolutely delicious and easy. You saw how quick and easy it was. And you can use it from your bananas that are getting a little too old on the counter. And remember, you guys, when things are changing, like the seasons and like what's going on, all over the world or whatever, if it gets upsetting, go back to comfort. Go back to what you know, and you'll feel a lot better. Like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it if you give this a thumbs up, and I'll be back to see you in a couple days. And I didn't want you guys to worry about Cordell and Bridget because Cordell's gobbler fell off and he's doing really good. And Henri, and there's Bridget. She's back with her flock, and she's feeling a lot better. So we are on the road to recovery. We did a lot of winter sowing when the snow was blowing, and planted some perennials that we want to put around our fences. But I'm so excited. I hope you guys can see inside. Everything's starting to, it looks like this one's a little slow. There's some sprouts. But they're doing real good. Just leave these out all winter and it works as its own little greenhouse.